Guatemala celebrates many holidays and cultural traditions. These celebrations, much like every other country, are recognized with decorations and bright colors. But, most importantly, these traditions are celebrated with food. Easter is celebrated for a whole week. Huge floats are carried to the local church by cucuruchas dressed in traditional Mayan clothing. Beautiful alfombras are created on the streets near the church. Special food is prepared this time of year, such as curtido, which is a vegetable mix where all the vegetables are diced and cooked in vinegar to get a sour taste. There's also fish wrapped in eggs and many sweet fruit treats. Another Guatemalan holiday is Army Day, celebrated on June 30th. It used to be celebrated by a huge parade, but is now celebrated privately by military and their families to avoid conflict with those who disagree with the military's methods. Chuchitos, meaning small dogs, are a typical kind of Guatemalan tamale made during this holiday. They are similar to other tamales, but much smaller and firmer. Chiles rellenas are also a popular celebration food and are served during meals at this time of year as well. There is a short poem by Cuban poet Nicolás Guillen that I'll read to you in Spanish now. Ahí vino Nicolás y por si fuera poco para esta nalga de porcino, con una champaña que el cielo vino, hay los huevos que el chancho no tuviera. Y con los huevos, lo más que quisiera, tan buen jamón de tan canal cochino, las papas fritas, un manjar divino, que los huevos les viene de primera. Hay mucho más el diente agudo y fino, que hincarlo ansiosamente en él espera, con huevo y papa, con champaña y vino. Mas si tal cosa al fin no sucediera, lo tendría, cual dijo un bate chino, la más mínima gracia puñetera. Essentially, Guillen describes the foods that are, in his opinion, the building blocks of the perfect meal, like potatoes, bacon, champagne, and wine, and then states that if the Lord is not waiting for him in heaven with these things, then he would never have said, quote, the slightest damn grace in the Lord's honor. This poem to me describes the importance of food in general to South and Central American countries, let alone during the holidays. There are many important dishes in Guatemala, but the truly unique cultural aspect of their food comes from how they cook and eat together as families and the close-knit ties that are created within their communities. In Spain, Epiphany, or Dia de los Reyes Magos, is celebrated around January 6th each year. Children write letters to Melchor, Gaspar, and Balthazar instead of Santa Claus, saying what gifts they would like. Usually, presents are not opened on Christmas Day like in the US, but instead on Epiphany. Also, instead of stockings, they leave out new shoes the night before for the kings to fill with treats. The traditional breakfast food on this holiday is a roscón de los reyes. It's a circular sweet bread sprinkled with candied fruits, and inside is a figurine of baby Jesus and a dried fava bean. Whoever's piece of the roscón has the figurine of baby Jesus is crowned royalty of the house for the day, and doesn't have to do any chores, and the person who gets the dried fava bean is obligated to buy dinner that evening. San Juan is a celebration of midsummer and takes place on the shortest night of the year on June 23rd. This holiday is celebrated around the world, but Spain's celebrations are the most famous, and especially in Barcelona, because the following day, June 24th, is known as National Catalan Day. Bonfires are the main attraction of this holiday, and the popular cuisine for the festivities changes depending on the part of Spain that you are in. In Catalonia, I ate seafood dishes like paella and cargols, which are cooked snails, and many desserts like melimato, which is cheese served with honey, and my favorite, crema catalana, which is almost like a creme brulee, but better. La Merced is a week-long festival celebrated by amazing parades and music. What I remember most is that the metro ran during all hours of the night during this celebration. What La Merced is most known for, however, is the castellers, or human towers. People, including children around the ages of 10 or 12, would climb on top of each other to create towers of humans and would often compete to create the tallest tower. La Merced attempts to celebrate a different city from around the world each year to celebrate the sharing of cultures. I think the year that I was there, the guest city was Vienna, which meant that I was surrounded by Austrian cuisine, like Wiener Schnitzel made with veal, desserts like apple strudel, and lots of different chocolates and coffees. I would like to read an excerpt of another poem, this time by the Spanish poet Rafael Alberti. Mas si el vino faltara y el porcino, manjar comerlo seco a gente fuera. Adelante, comámoslo sin vino. Que en una situación tan lastimera, como dijo un filósofo indochino, aún sin vino, el jamón es de primera. In this poem, he says how eating jamón, probably from Spain, with wine is delicious, but if you don't have wine, to eat the jamón anyways. To me, this represents the Spanish idea regarding cuisine. If you are able to share it with others, that is fantastic, but the food, as Alberti puts it, is so first class that eating alone is not bad either. There are many important traditions in Spain that bring families together to celebrate each other, but the unique part of Spanish culture, and especially in Barcelona, is the importance of having good quality food to eat during the celebrations. In comparing the cultural traditions of Guatemala and Spain, specifically regarding their food, I discovered that they differ greatly in what they emphasize during their celebrations. In Guatemala, it appears to me that the unique cultural aspect of their food comes from how they cook and eat together as families, no matter the holiday or the cultural celebration occurring around them. Whereas in Spain, it seems that the food can be prepared elsewhere and eaten individually as long as it's prepared well. Each of these countries that I have spent time in is different, and each has left a lasting mark on my heart.